at UCLA Medical School, and I taught first-year medical students the healing touch. We're going to look at a clip, and you'll hear from the students their reaction to this course.
Sometimes a touch is all it takes to heal someone, not medicine, not surgery, as doctors and patients at UCLA Medical School are learning in a remarkably unconventional class.
Ah, good. Again, I'm feeling a softening under my left hand, under your scapula.
Gloria Kaye is not a medical doctor, but her clients, like Basketball Hall of Famer Rick Barry, swear her touch can be better than medicine.
Yeah, and this is not, I mean, my shoulder feels better than it did when I came in here, because my shoulder bothered me this morning when I got up, and right now I have it's not bothering me when I do this.
Kaye doesn't use a stethoscope or a scalpel. Her only instruments are her hands, which she says contain the power to heal. And while she believes her power comes from a higher source, it is a power she believes we all possess, and that it has nothing whatsoever to do with faith or any particular religion. After all, she works on horses too.
And if I find the point on a thoroughbred that's going to make a difference, then this lameness can be affected, or distemper, or any other condition.
Not too many years ago, Kaye's laying on of hands method of healing would probably have been considered complete nonsense by most physicians. Today, she teaches a course on what she does at the UCLA Medical School.
Patients are looking for other methods of healing. They're feeling disconnected from their physicians, and things like therapeutic touch, I think, are important to add to what we do for them.
A lot of times I'll choose to work on the right side, not the left side.
Medical students who have taken the course are impressed.
I learned a lot about Gloria's work. I learned a lot about how it affects people because I too was affected by it.
What we've learned here about how much touch can affect and heal patients will make me a more compassionate doctor.
And Gloria Kaye believes as more doctors explore alternative medicine, the gap between what is conventional and what was thought to be impossible will continue to narrow.
As you can see, the medical students reacted very favorably to this course. They believe that they would be better doctors as a result of exposure to energy healing. We're now standing in front of the Sansom Diabetes Research Institute, where I conducted a pilot study looking at the effectiveness of energy healing on diabetic neuropathy. The results were published in Diabetes Care, and the results were very promising. Subjects were more comfortable, their balance had improved, and although it was a pilot study, we had intended to do additional research. I'd like to make note that I am not a physician, I do not practice medicine, and I act merely in the capacity of a conduit. I am a healer. And now we'll look at some images of Michelle. Michelle is a physicist, and we used infrared to track the heat and energy and light that moved through her as her condition improved. We're in the laboratory of Pacific Advanced Technology. Michelle Hinrich is the president of this organization. You can see that I'm there in the laboratory kind of perusing the entire scene, and the little screen in the middle is actually infrared, that white. And here's Michelle. She'll be the subject for this work. And there's a full-on of Michelle. So Michelle's distress was in her neck, and she also had a sinus problem. And once again, that's what the monitor looks like. So we were watching the monitor as I was actually working on Michelle. And there's the two of us watching the monitor. Our first image, and this is infrared, is my hand on Michelle's neck. So the white that you see captures the heat in my hand and the heat that is being transferred to Michelle. And as that energy is transferred, you can see there's a little white mark just below my finger. Well, that is what the infrared is picking up, and it's an energy and it's a heat. Now my hands look a little radiated there, so they're very, very light, very white. And now you can see how the energy is moving through Michelle, and this energy, again, is captured as heat with infrared. So where I'm pointing is one area, just below the hairline is another, and a little bit to the left, you can see it's starting to turn white. And here's still another image that's a little more significant. The white areas are becoming a little more intense. So just view that for a moment, and you'll see the progression. Again, my hands look as if they're radiated, and I'm continuing with the treatment on her neck. And this is a control. Now, one of the technicians in the laboratory was kind enough to act as a control, and he placed his hand on the image. Now you can see that he is not radiating any heat in his hand, and yet the bottom image is the image of my hand, and that's quite white. And once again, I'm on Michelle's neck. We're almost finished this segment. So my hand is quite white, and Michelle is receiving a lot of energy. And this is the final image of this series. You can see where white is just moving all through her neck and shoulder area. This entire session ran about 45 minutes. Michelle had had neck pain for about 9 months prior to my work with her. She tried acupuncture, herbs, massage, and was really quite amazed that she got relief in such a short time with this system. I've placed my hand on Michelle's head once again. Now watch very carefully. And can you see the imprints from my hand? I thought that was fascinating. Again, working with the energy, transferring it to Michelle. I'm going to remove my hand, and let's see what we have in the next image. Again, you have my imprints, and the final image. Now, this is really interesting. Can you see my hand? And just as I'm lifting my hand, there's a ghost of an image just extending from my fingers.
I certainly hope you enjoyed this presentation. You got to meet many people who have experienced energy healing. It's my great pleasure to have medicine and science now truly interested in the fascinating world of energy healing, and who knows what the next decade will bring.